Read this one.
Yep, go ahead and read this one out loud.
So a recently passed law requires all places of public accommodation to eliminate discrimination against persons with disabilities by removing all physical barriers to accessibility. Private schools, therefore, are legally obligated to make their campuses physically accessible to persons with disabilities.
All right, so what is our conclusion here?
Our conclusion right here will be, well, therefore, interest is a premise.
No, therefore can be a conclusion.
Oh, can be?
It can't be. Yep. So like, therefore, like we should do this, therefore, or not we should do this, like, it's hot outside, therefore we should get ice cream.
Okay. So is it the last sentence? They're legally
Yeah.
obligated to make their campuses physically accessible to persons with.
Yeah. So this is our conclusion. And we're saying, hey, this recently law requires all places of public accommodation to eliminate. So we can't, this law requires us to not have discrimination against people with disabilities by removing all physical barriers to accessibility. So then we make this jump to private schools then are obligated to make their campuses physically accessible to persons with disabilities. So is this a valid conclusion?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it makes sense, right? We're like, why wouldn't this be true? Like, yeah, but technically, all we know
The private
far is that this law requires all public accommodations to eliminate discrimination. But then we jump from these public places to private schools. So we know that this is a sufficient assumption question because it has the words assumed and if. So if assumed. So our goal is to guarantee this conclusion. So what could we say that would guarantee or close the gap between our reasoning and our conclusion? What could we predict here?
private schools, everything requires all public accommodation. So showing its personal disability by physical or accessibility. Private schools, therefore. We can conclude that private schools therefore are legally obligated to make their campuses physically accessible to persons with disabilities. The negotiable clause is which one of the following is assumed.
What do we need to be true of public or private schools?
It's a public space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and try this one now.
So no private school can legally deny admission to a person with disability. Private schools have historically been resistant to changes. See? That looks good. Wait, let me read the other ones. Private schools have enough funds to make their campuses. Oh. Private property is often considered to be public space by groups that have historical meanings such as discrimination. I'm between C and E.
All right, so whenever we get confused like this, go back and read our conclusion.
Private schools, therefore, are legally obligated to make their campuses physically accessible to persons with disabilities.
And which one most directly gets us there?
C.
Yes, because does E, even though they have historically been subject to discrimination, well, that's sad, but that doesn't guarantee this conclusion, right?
Okay.
Excellent, great job.